If you want your older Model S or any Tesla with air suspension to look this low, look at that. Look at that wheel gap. Nice. Or even if you want to raise your Tesla that has air suspension, boy do I have the treat for you. For about $5, this sounds like a scam, I promise, but for about $5, you can lower or raise any Tesla with air suspension. And here's the cheat code. All you need is one of these. Well, I lied. You really need 4 of these. But this is a 3D printed part. You know, maybe if you leave a comment below, I might be able to figure out how to print these for you and send them to you. But if you have a 3D printer or have a nice friend with a 3D printer, $5 or less, you can lower or raise your Tesla with air suspension. It's super easy. These are called lowering links. There's companies selling lowering links that are adjustable for, I think they're like $500 right now, which, you know, you could buy for different cars. You could buy, you know, lowering springs for that kind of price. But really, you know, if you know what height you want, you just need a solid piece. You don't need them to be adjustable. And if you're 3D printing them, you can print whatever sizes you want and lower your car as much as you want. So just for reference, this is what the stock links look like. And we'll be up under the car in a second to show you sort of more details. But basically, this link connects the suspension to a sensor, a level sensor, that tells the car how high or how low the car is. So these are the ones for the rear, and these are the ones for the rear that are the lowering links for the rear. And you can see that these are a good bit longer center to center. Center to center. I think these are the 12 millimeter longer lowering links. But if we extend the link between the suspension and the level sensor on the car, then we actually lower the car. If we shorten the link, then we will raise the car. So I'll put a link to the 3D file in the description below. Huge shout out to the guy who, or girl who designed this file. You know, these are really great. I'm not really sure what these support clips do or how they fit on, but everything else in the design is really well made. And these are the updated this is the updated version, and this is the lowest option that was provided. And even at the lowest option, the car is, you know, tucking and has camber, but you know, it's not scraping anywhere, so that's really nice. So let's get up under the car. I'll show you how to do the front ones. We will have to do a little bit of cutting of the fender liner, but it's really simple. Like, you know, you could do this in an hour or less. All right, so here's the front lowering link. You can just use a jack. You don't even need to take the wheel off. You just need to jack it up a bit. So here. And here. This silver thing here. This is the lowering link. This attaches to the suspension, and this is the sensor for, it's the level sensor for the airbag system. This plastic arm is easy to break. This end is on a metal bracket, and you just need to pry it off with like a screwdriver, and it comes out of that ball and socket joint there. This one you can just bend like this. Try not to break the green part. Very gently it comes off. So this is the OEM lowering link, or the OEM link, I guess. All right, so here's the 3D printed one. So you can see it's got these slits cut out so that it can snap right onto these here. But you can see the issue is this arm is gonna now be further this way. So this wheel well is in the way. So I'm just gonna use a Dremel tool and cut off this area. It's really easy to cut through this stuff. Here's the Dremel tool I'm using. I'm using Speed 15 if you care, and I'm using this sanding wheel as a cutoff wheel. Works fine. So that's that cut out. This little piece and this little piece. That's all you need. And now the actuator or the sensor arm has plenty of range of travel. So you only need to do this for the front. You don't need to do this for the rear. So again, here's the lowering link. Actually, I'm going to snap it on to the weaker arm first. And I'm supporting the back nicely. And it just presses in one hand. 3D print's really nice. This is ABS. It's pretty important to do it in ABS. And that one snaps right on. And it will wiggle a little bit. I don't think that's a problem. But that's it. I'm going to lower the car. So I just showed you the front lowering links, and those are pretty easy. But the rear one, you do have to take off the rear wheel. It's a 20. For whatever reason, the lug nuts on my car, or maybe all Teslas, are just a pain. I got a 7/8 socket. But anyway, the socket doesn't fit over right, but whatever. This is the level sensor for the rear. And there's the lowering link attached. And you know, this video isn't very linear. This has actually been a couple 100 miles since I've had these on there, and it sits on just fine. You know, you can wiggle it around a little bit, but you know, it's really on there. You see it's moving the metal bracket before anything else is moving. So, you know, really solid design. I printed at about 80% infill, so it's really solid. But basically the rear is the exact same as the front, except there's no fender liner in the way to cut. So here's how it looks after it's lowered. You can barely see under the car. But you know, it really doesn't scrape, and it's not slammed or anything. It's just lower. You know, you can argue to your wife that it's for the aerodynamics. It's not because it looks cool. So you get better efficiency. But you know, it is parked on a slope here. So the back is going to be a little bit higher, but I've got about 3 fingers on the back. I think when it's level, it's about 2 fingers on the back. And the front is the one that looks much lower. You know, I gotta it's probably about 1 finger in there, you know what I mean? You know? Yeah. All right, anyway, hopefully this video was helpful. $5 to lower any air suspension Tesla. Go check out and like the guy who made the 3D file. Huge props to him. If this video helped you at all, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching. Bye.